this is EPCOT. We have approached from the Skyliner entrance, which is actually at the back of the park, although I suppose depending on your perspective, it might be the front of the park. And we are entering World Showcase. So there's actually, just like all the other parks, this park is divided into different zones. And in this case, there's 4 zones. There's World Showcase, which we're in now, which is little sections representing different countries around the world. There is World Discovery, which we'll show you soon, World Nature, and World Celebration. So we're gonna walk around here. The Flower Festival is ongoing right now. It is a flower and garden festival that started in March and goes until the end of June. And so there's plenty of amazing, almost like Edward Scissorhands hands type creations of different Disney characters throughout the park. So we'll check those out. But for now, let's explore where we are right now, which is the streets of Paris. And just a few feet from Paris is Morocco. Of course, makes perfect sense. Obviously in Japan, and interesting fact is that this is one of only 2 countries in this entire World Showcase that is not part of my Kentucky Odyssey. So I've never been to Japan and I've never been to China, which is coming up soon, but right now we're headed to the United States. So I may be in Italy, but if you look just right across from me, you can see China. I'd really like to eat here, but I've already got dinner reservations and the lines are super long, so gonna keep on going and head on over to Germany. While I was in Germany, I figured I had to get a beer. And that is probably the best part about EPCOT, is that you can buy drinks pretty much in every country you visit, and you can walk around with them. and that's not that common in a lot of other theme parks. And Magic Kingdom, I think, only fairly recently allowed you to even buy alcohol anywhere on the grounds. So for that reason, EPCOT is very popular with adults. In fact, one of the things that a lot of younger adults do is drink around the world, where they go from country to country and get a drink in every single country, and that's how they spend their nights. So I'm not doing that. I have to catch a plane back home tomorrow morning. But for now, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy a German beer. China and naturally heading into Norway. Norway is where they have the Frozen exhibit. It is a ride that I don't think I'm going to be able to get on today. I did get to do it with staff a few days ago, and it's fine. It's a water ride where you go through the different vignettes of Frozen, and so you see Olaf, you see Elsa and Anna, and overall, great for kids. Very popular ride, so definitely make sure that you either come early, wait in line, or get Genie Plus. But it won't be showcased today because there's no way I'm getting on that ride before I have to head out of EPCOT. Got 2 countries left, but one of the things that they're doing right now for the 50th anniversary of Disneyworld is that using your magic band, you can find gold statues scattered throughout the park. So there's one right now of characters, I have no idea who they are, and the idea is that you see them, your wrist starts to vibrate, and then you wave your wrist, and they play a noise, and then you collect them in an app. So it generally doesn't work. I'm actually shocked it worked that time because 9 times out of 10, I just flail around like an idiot. And luckily everyone knows what I'm doing, but I still look stupid just waving at these gold statues when nothing happens. But I guess it's a good way to keep yourself occupied between all the food and all the rides. I love that the angle they've taken with Canada is to focus on the nature because it's a very beautiful country. I am right now in front of Le Cellier, which is a steakhouse here in Canada, And it happened to be the restaurant that Sadaf and I went to on our second night here in the Disneyworld resorts. And it was our best meal. It is so good. It's expensive, of course, as most steakhouses are, and in general, as most places in Disneyworld are. But it was by far our best and favorite meal. So if you are in the area and you want to get a really good steak, come check out Le Cellier. I'm now heading to the United Kingdom, and I've got a Molson Canadian beer in hand, which tastes like water and is pretty much garbage, but you know what? It still tastes like home, so cheers. Now heading to World Nature, and as you might see behind me, there's actually quite a bit of construction going on around the park. They're doing a lot of refurbishments and a lot of new things are coming on the way. So it is one of the few parks that is visibly under construction, and keep that in mind if you are traveling anytime soon. I think a lot of this construction isn't intended to be completed until late 2024, but it doesn't distract too much from the park because there's still plenty to do here at EPCOT. I am right now rushing to Guardians of the Galaxy. I have reservations that overlap with Guardians of the Galaxy and Space 220, which is a very difficult to get into restaurant, so I can't move that. But I also booked the individual lightning lane for Guardians of the Galaxy, which means I also can't move that. So I'm hoping I can get to do both. They will likely wait 15 minutes before they cancel my reservation, so hopefully I can get through the line in time. If I see the line is too long, I'm just gonna have to abandon the ride and head straight to dinner, because not only is the reservation hard to cancel, I am very, very hungry right now.
I feel like I'm winning, yeah. There's no gravity now to hold us down. 'Cause we're going to the moon. I'll play guitar to the stars, hum a tune to the moon while we drift away. I feel alive and kinda wild, pioneers like years from yesterday. There's no gravity now to hold us down. We'll buckle up, settle in, hold on tight now, 'cause we're going to the moon. Flying on a rocket, nothing's gonna stop us now. My head's spinning, I feel like I'm winning, yeah. There's no gravity now to hold us down.
Alright, so here I am at Space 220. This is a restaurant in EPCOT, and this was by far the most difficult restaurant to make reservations for. I made reservations for this 60 days in advance, 59 days in advance. It was not available. It never shows up. It's one of those few restaurants that very few people cancel, and it is a restaurant that is obviously space themed. So as you saw on the ride up, it simulates going from Earth all the way up to the space station. and everything we eat on the menu is space themed. So I hear it's a really good restaurant. Not only is the atmosphere very cool, but the food is good, and it's also very expensive. The meal itself is $79 US per person. It is a 3-course meal, and then I also ordered a drink, which was $16. So I'm already at $100, and we'll see how it is. So stay tuned. Well, the verdict is Space 220 is pretty good. The atmosphere is amazing. The steak itself wasn't as good as Le Cellier, but the drinks are great. The calamari was fantastic. The chocolate cheesecake was to die for. So I definitely recommend it overall. But this is one of those restaurants where you have to make reservations 60 days in advance. Otherwise, you're not going to get in. There are a few other restaurants like that here at Disney World, so definitely look into the restaurants you want to attend. You are able to cancel the restaurants up to the day before or 2 hours in advance in a lot of cases. Otherwise, you're charged a $10 cancellation fee. So it can be difficult if you don't know what you want to do, but I would recommend you at least do your research ahead of time. Book those restaurants just in case you want to attend, and then continue looking, and then right before you're actually supposed to go, decide whether or not you're going to make it. So anyway, now we're going to go see some fireworks.
Wait, is there anything you'd like to say? I'm smiling in the silence, wondering if you are even feeling the same. Play another song in your driveway. I've got nowhere to be till Monday, and I want you to remember my name. Make me an offer, you know I can't turn away. It's warm in the water, jump in the waves. When I'm with you, there's no sense of time. And I know that it's late, but I don't wanna say goodnight.
And that was Spaceship Earth, a trip from the caveman era all the way up to the future. So we are now rushing to the fireworks to try to get a good spot. When we saw the fireworks the very first night that we were here, we had an awful spot, and so I didn't film any of it. And I'm hoping tonight we actually can film some of it. So let's go check out the fireworks here at EPCOT. And that is EPCOT. I'm now heading back, and I've got Hollywood Studios up next week. I hope you enjoyed that episode. In the meantime, I'm going to recover. I've been walking an average of about 25 to 30,000 steps per day, and I've got blisters on every single possible toe. So until next time, please like and subscribe, and check out next week's episode on Hollywood Studios.